Namaste and welcome to the fourth day of my vibration healing series, understanding the various forms and the concepts of Nad. Namaste Tamanna. My chat is a bit slow, so I see your comments a bit slower than they actually come on my laptop, but that's fine. So while many of us are coming in, I expect that a few of us will come in the next few minutes. So let's recap what we've done over the last 3 days, and then we will continue with today's special theme and special journey. So we began our series, our journey, on the 18th of April on World Heritage Day, with an introduction and an experiencing of rags, the Indian rag, and its effect on the human body, its effect on our minds, and how the feeling of the time of day, of your energy, of the colors in your mind, how all that can be altered within seconds by a different rag, by a different set of notes, by a different movement of notes. So it was fascinating to see how people had similar experiences, either in terms of energy or in terms of visuals. So that's what we did on the first day. And on the second day, we learned about the magic of the Vedic chant, the science of the Vedic chant, and how it affects our mind, how it is emitted, why jap is important, repetition of a chant, how it changes our state from a hyperactive brain state to a meditative state, and then further, if you go on chanting, to almost a theta state. So that's what we did on the second day. And yesterday, the third day, we learned and actually experienced together the power of one of the most important seed sounds, the Beej Mantra, the Pranav Mantra, Om. So we experienced that yesterday. We also learned how we should chant the Om, where the vibration should be centered, and so on. So today, on the fourth day of this journey, we will learn about the secret of the chakras. So before we go on this journey, I'd just like to mention briefly that we are on FOMO Normo. Many of you are coming in today for the first time. Some of you have already come in before. But if you like the page, then you will get notifications, and you click on your notifications, then you will keep knowing about the upcoming themes and what we're going to do together and anything else that's coming on FOMO Normo. So please like the page and click on notifications so that you can be notified about my forthcoming programs. So, chakras today. I'm sure many of you, maybe all of you, have heard of chakras. What are chakras? They are energy centers. Energy centers in our consciousness, not in the physical body only. In fact, they're not trapped in the physical body. They are a pranic continuum of the universal energy which connects our atmosphere, the higher energies, and the earth energies, and creates a channel, a flow inside our being. So when I say being, it encompasses the physical terrestrial body, it encompasses the pranic body and the whirling of vibrations inside our body, it encompasses our emotional energies, it encompasses our mental energies, it encompasses our psychic energies, our spiritual energies, and it's a hierarchical combination almost of all these energies which get connected together and get harnessed at various energy centers of our body. Okay? So today we will, in very, very short, because we don't have that much time, talking about the chakras can take hours, days. It's such a vast topic. I mean, even a 1 week workshop on the chakras can unfold so many layers and layers and layers of learning. But I'm just going to introduce the idea of the chakras and the use of the chakras and the access to the chakras today. Okay? So, energy centers, chakras. What is the meaning of the word chakra? Chakra, something round, something turning, something revolving, like a wheel. A wheel is a chakra. Sudarshan Chakra. We've heard of various chakras in our culture. So it's a wheel. It's a wheel. But it's not a two-dimensional wheel. It's a three-dimensional revolving center, many centers, many, thousands and thousands and thousands of centers in the human body, which are whirling. In that whirling, they attract energy and they give out energy. So that's what the chakras are. So today we will discuss only the core chakras as defined and practiced in, say, Hatha Yoga, popularly seen all over the internet. You can research it. We will not touch upon the Shakti chakras, the Shri Vidya chakras, the chakras connected with the Shri Yantra, which you might have seen, the Meru, the Shri chakra. Very fascinating symbol that you might have seen. The energy centers, the chakras, the bejas are quite different for that. But today we will look at the Pancha Mahabhuta, the chakras related to the 5 elements and beyond. So the 7 core chakras as per one yogic definition, and how they are connected to the elemental states of our body or mind-body complex or our consciousness. Okay? So let us begin with a good place, the Aadhar, our base. What is our base in terms of our body? Let's say our body is supported by our spine. Supported by our spine. So if you look at our spine, I'm sure some of you have, maybe in school, maybe in some other diagram, you might have seen the shape of the spine, the different bones and vertebrae on the spine, and you might have seen that the end of the spine is like a tailbone. There's a tailbone which is pointing downward, and that's where your body rests, on your chair or on the ground or however you're sitting. So that part of your body which is in line with your tailbone, which makes you situated on the earth or whatever is being supported by the earth, like your chair or whatever, that which creates your Aadhar is called the Muladhara Chakra. your base chakra, the Muladhara Chakra. Now, this base energy center, again a revolving vortex inside your body, it is connected with the earthy elemental state of your body. When I say elemental state, it does not mean element. I've heard scientists scoffing at the Indian seers and the Indian ancients, saying, oh, there are so many hundreds of elements. And the ancient seers thought there were only 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So there's a mistake in understanding. When we are talking about the elements of this Brahmand or the universe, we are actually not talking about physical elements, we are talking about elemental states of nature. So there is an earthy state, there is a flowing state, there is a fiery state. So when we are talking about states, when we talk about Pancha Mahabhuta or the 5 elemental states of nature, we are actually talking about an earthy state, a watery or a flowing state, a fiery state, an airy state, a state of space or akasha, and so on. So these are the elemental states, not the elements. Okay, so that is a very important difference. So coming back to the Muladhara Chakra, it is our earthy state, that which connects us to our earthiness in our consciousness, that which makes us rooted, that which makes us implement in physical ways our ideas. So that is the Muladhara Chakra. Okay? I'll pause. Any questions? Okay. Next. So coming up from the tailbone, you come up a little bit and you're at the level of your belly, and in your spine at the level of the lower lumbar vertebrae. Often your slip disc happens there, or your sciatica, where your nerve gets pressed, comes from your lower lumbar vertebrae and goes down your leg and creates a lot of nerve pain. So those lower bones, they are the lower lumbar vertebrae in line with your belly under your navel, and that is the area of the Swadhisthana Chakra. The chakra of the rasas of your body, the rasas of your consciousness. What is Swadhisthana? Have you heard of the word Swadhisth? What does Swadhisth mean? Swadhisth, full of rasa, full of swad, full of taste. So Swadhisthana Chakra is the chakra of the rasas, the flows, the waters of your life. All the flows of your life happen from there. Fertilization happens there. Processing of your food and breaking up into the rasas that nourish your body happens there. So that is the state in terms of, in Sanskrit, it is apaha. So the earthy state was prithvi, and this is apaha. So sometimes people say water, but actually the flows, the rasas. So that is Swadhisthana Chakra. So your earthy state controls all your excretory organs at the bottom, your legs, your feet, etc. in terms of organs. It also controls your bone marrow, your bones, etc. Your Swadhisthana Chakra, the second chakra of the flows, controls your sexual organs, your digestive system in terms of processing of the intestines, the large intestines, and so on. Organs connected with that area. Not enough time to elaborate a lot, but just in short, I'll give you some indications of how these chakras are connected and how they operate. I'll just add here, for instance, if you have suddenly had a shock in your life, you had a shock in your life, you suddenly don't know where you're going, what will happen in the future, you suddenly lost something. Often I've seen with people in this state, they develop a lower back pain. They might even develop sciatica. Things happen at this level in your vertebrae or in your organs, in your intestines, in your uterus, various organs connected with the Swadhisthana Chakra. So maybe some of you who are listening here have experienced that if suddenly you've lost a relationship or suddenly you've been shaken out of your comfort zone very badly, some insecurity has gripped you very badly, some kind of fear, you might have just after that, within a week or so, or even almost immediately, developed some kind of lower back ailment or some problem in your organs, your lower organs. So just observe how your psychosomatic being translates into physical conditions. Okay. So welcome to those who have just logged in. We are talking about the chakras, and which are energy centers, which are whirling vortices inside us and their role. And just to recap in a minute, we also mentioned that we are taking up only the very, very basic chakras, because obviously there's no time for anything else. There are millions of chakras in the body. Every part of our body has a chakra, but the basic core chakras, as used in Hatha Yoga as well, which are along the Sushumna Nadi, along the subtle nervous pranic channel, which connects the universal energy with the earth energy and stabilizes us, kind of electrically stabilizes us, and also harnesses this continuum of energy at different centers, and feeds our body, our psychosomatic being, our psychological being, our physiological being at these harnessing points, which are chakras. So we're talking about these, and we have just spoken about the Muladhara Chakra, which is our earthy elemental state, situated at the Muladhara Chakra, at the Adhar of our consciousness, in line with our tailbone. We've come to the Swadhisthana Chakra now, which is in line with our lower lumbar vertebrae and connect with our sexual organs, our lower intestines, with all the rasas that flow through us, etc. Okay? And going on to the navel, Manipura. What does Manipura mean? Manipura? Money? What is money? Jewel, gem. Pura, the space of the gem of life, the jewel of life, the pranic, the brightest pranic center from where prana emerges. Where is the child connected to the mother? Through the Manipura Chakra. All the nourishment is fed to a developing child in the womb through the umbilical cord, which emerges from the Manipura Chakra and feeds the child and makes the child ready for life. So the Manipura Chakra is the fiery elemental state, Tejas. So, earthy elemental state, the state of Prithvi. The Rasa elemental state at Swadhisthana, the state of Apaha or Apas. The fiery elemental state or the state of Tejas at the Manipura Chakra, where the life force emits and gives life and gives prana and gives movement to your ideas and to your aspirations. Okay? And controls what? All the yellow organs of your body, your liver, your spleen, your stomach, where the forces which go clockwise and anti-clockwise and digest, process, separate all your nourishment and emit fire, emit energy from all this processing. That's what happens right in the middle of your body. So that's Manipura Chakra. And then you come to here, the heart chakra, called heart chakra in English, but actually it is not where your heart is. Your heart is slightly on the left. Your heart is on the left, but Anahata Chakra, which is at this level, at the level of the chest and the heart, is actually absolutely in the center, along this channel, the Sushumna Nadi. So absolutely in the center at the chest is the Anahata Chakra. Anahat, unstruck. That's what it means. So Anahata Chakra is where you have the depth of your being. That place which you call I. Huh? How do you say I? When you say I, you point here. You don't say I. Huh? You don't even say I. You say I here. You touch your the middle of your chest here. You don't actually touch the physical heart. You touch the middle. You actually touch your Anahata Chakra. And you say I. So that sense of being, that sense of relationship with life, that sense of emitting love, that sense of belonging to yourself and with others emits from here. That's your Vayu elemental state. Your pranic relationship with the world. Your pranic relationship with the world. That's Anahata Chakra. That's where your love flows from. That's where your heart is affected. Sometimes you say, my heart sank. If you feel disappointed or if you feel aggrieved, you feel that there's a sinking. Actually, your heart doesn't sink. It's a sense of sinking that happens in that energy center. That's Anahata Chakra, the Vayu Chakra. And then you come to the Vishuddhi Chakra. This is at the throat. It's called the Vishuddhi or Vishuddha Chakra. That which purifies your being by expressing the truth of your being or the truth of your consciousness. So how do you express the truth of your consciousness? Whatever is potentiality within you is expressed into the atmosphere, into the universe through this chakra. So if you have an idea, you speak it, it expresses through this chakra. If you have an idea, you paint it, it's expressed through the Vishuddhi. If you have an idea, you write it, it's an action of Vishuddhi. Yeah? So Vishuddhi Chakra is your externalizing mind or your externalizing consciousness. And any constriction in your ideas can lead to a thyroid problem. or a throat problem or a bronchial problem. So all the organs connected with this chakra, your bronchial tubes, your throat, all the parts of your throat, the thyroid gland, etc., etc. Actually, I forgot, the thymus gland is at the Anahata Chakra. Also, asthma is a health condition of the Anahata Chakra at the heart, not a condition of the nose or the throat. Because when your heart chakra constricts, any tension, any grief, it aggravates asthma. And so on. There's so many diseases that we talk about when we have our longer workshops. But just in brief. So this is the Vishuddhi Chakra. It is your Vyoma state. Prithvi, Apah, Tejas, Vayu, Vyoma or Akasha. So these are the 5 elemental states that go up from the Muladhara to the Swadhisthana, to the Manipura, to the Anahata, and then to the Vishuddhi Chakra. These are the 5 elemental states. But then what happens above the 5 elemental states? What happens after that? After that, there is a manager which manages these states, or at least should be managing these states. And that is situated, that managing chakra is situated here at the third eye. Yesterday we discussed the third eye. What was situated here? The sound of honor. So this third eye chakra, or the Agnia Chakra or Ajna Chakra or Agnya Chakra, various pronunciations according to different linguistic preferences. So the Agnya Chakra is the center of will, the center of command, in line with your pituitary gland, in between the eyebrows. So this chakra is the chakra of Ichha Shakti, the chakra of focus, the chakra of will, the will Agni, not the Tejas which is at your navel, but the will Agni. So when this chakra is strong, like, I don't know if you heard of Uri Geller, who could bend spoons and forks just by looking at it. So a person who has a very, very strong Agnya Chakra can actually move matter very obviously. Actually, all of us move matter. The moment you look at something, you move it in a molecular way, in an atomic way. We are all moving space when we draw our attention to anything. That's why sometimes when somebody is looking at you from the back, you can actually sense almost physically that somebody is looking at you. Isn't it? So that power lies in all your chakras. But this chakra of will actually can make you move things in the atmosphere, move manifestations, move how people react, influence things in life, if it's strong. But most importantly, if it is strong and guided by a higher will, it can align all the lower chakras, all the 5 elemental states of your body to work harmoniously with each other to create a beautiful, harmonious being. And if this chakra is not strong, then all the other chakras below it will do exactly what they want. They will fight with each other like brothers and sisters in a family without a strong head above them, head of the family. So this head of the family, if he or she is strong enough, then she will harmonize the lower elemental states to work well. Okay? And then above this is that great universal consciousness, which actually nourishes, feeds, and empowers all the lower energy centers with the pranic information, energy, light of the universe and nourishes everything and guides it in the right way. And that center, if we forget the in-between centers, which we can discuss at a later time, but that center is called the thousand-petaled lotus. The thousand-petaled lotus, Sahasradala or Sahasrara. Sahasra means thousand. So in our normal lives, all of us normal people have only a few antennae. These petals are like antennae of a dish antenna. The Sahasrara is like your dish antenna. So we have only a few petals opened, probably in our lifetime. Unless we work on the reversal of energy, which we actually felt yesterday and we discussed yesterday and actually practiced it yesterday when we were chanting the Om. So if enough reversal of energy happens upward, and if enough concentration and energy and vibration is built up in the higher centers, inside your head, on top of your head, if you begin to feel these vibrations strongly, then slowly these antennae will become alive, and you will receive more and more and more information from the higher levels of mind, from your Vijnanamaya Kosha, clairaudience, clairvoyance, telepathy, intuition, premonition. So many abilities would open up when you access the higher levels through a reversal of energy, through a concentration of energy, through lack of dispersal of energy, which is happening in our lives all the time, through all the distractions that are happening all the time. If we can remove distractions and create focus and move all our energy upwards, then the real adventure of our lives will begin, the adventure of consciousness. So understanding the chakras, understanding the movement of the chakras can lead to a great journey within, to a great new discovery of our lives through an inner engagement, through an inner world which many of us probably don't even know exists, or even if we know in thought and at the level of ideas, we just don't have the time to access it or the patience. But if we did have the patience and if we did begin this journey, it would really be an exciting one. So I encourage you to go on this journey. And just to bring the sound element, we started Beej Mantras yesterday. So each of these chakras have many petals. So a core sound and petal sounds around each chakra. But today we will do the core Beej Mantras, the core seed sounds for each chakra, so that you can use them in your life. You can practice them and you can actually feel when you continue each sound and you repeat it again and again, maybe 9 times, maybe 12 times, and just be with these for about 5 to 10 minutes every day. You will actually find your whole body vibrating, your body calm, your mind calm, and your day will begin beautifully. So let's just briefly understand how to chant these sounds. Okay. So if you concentrate now on the base of your body at the Muladhara Chakra, the sound is like wet earth. L. So each of these sounds, which is part of the Sanskrit alphabet, is combined with a nasal sound, bindu, to create a Beej mantra. Just like O and M, or U and M creates Om. Similarly, L and M creates Lang. So that's the Beej Mantra for Muladhara Chakra. Lang. Lang. So please notice that I am not saying lum, not closing my mouth. Okay, I am saying la and bindu, la and bindu. Okay, la is the earthy sound. Next one is Swadishthana Chakra, wa, like a drop of water, wa, wa, and the sound is wang. 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 So I hope you all are chanting with me while I'm doing this. Okay. And at the Manipura Chakra, at the solar plexus and navel, your fiery elemental state, the sound is like the roaring fire. Rah. And the Bija mantra here is Ra and Bindu. Rang. 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 And then we come to the level of the heart or the level of the chest, the higher chest, Anahata Chakra, the Vayu elemental state, or the air, the pranic movement elemental state, and the sound is ya, ya, movement, pushing, pulling, movement, ya, and the sound is yang. 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 And then, as you already know, at the Agnia Chakra, the sound is, you know it, Om, the chakra of will, the chakra of command. And then right at the top, Sahasrara Chakra, the the chakra of the reception of all the energies into your Sushumna Nadi through the channel of your body. That receptive space is Sahasrara, where the sound is A with the two dots, the Visarg and the Bindu on top. So Aha plus Ahang. So that's the sound. Also Om. Also Om is chanted here. But the special Beej Mantra for that chakra is Ahang. 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 So in short, without going into detail about all the chakras and the health conditions related to them, the organs related to them, the psychological conditions related to them, in very short, we discussed it today. Just to give you an overview and a brief idea about this universe and the planets and the whirling beings that exist, entities that exist within us, and how they relate to each other, how they are connected with each other, and how they influence this universe which lies within you, this universe which is you. How does it influence you? So this was a short journey of the world of chakras with you today. So maybe we have a few minutes for questions. Did I miss out? Sorry, Alka. Did I miss out the bija of Vishuddhi? That is hum. Sorry. Okay. So at the Vishuddhi we chant hung. 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 This is your Akasha, your Vyoma, elemental state. And in fact, if you have any upcoming feeling of a viral, any upcoming feeling of a cold, a throat ache, anything, just chant hung. And just like you take a medicine dose 2 times a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, you're advised by your doctor. So similarly, you can take a sound dose, a vibrational dose, a Beej Mantra dose 4-5 times a day. Just chant 4-5 times a day the sound hung, and I can assure you anything that is trying to reside here and affect you negatively will be eliminated. Just make sure you chant about 9 or 12 times at least. And if you still don't feel enough heat, create heat in that chakra or in any chakra for its effect to happen. Create energy, create intensity, create heat. So when you chant hung at the Vishuddhi Chakra, when you create heat, it eliminates any negative element that is residing there. It eliminates bacteria. It removes a cold. It removes a viral that might be upcoming. And even if you have something, if you have a cold, don't have medicines. Just chant hung till you feel the heat. And if you do this 3 or 4 times a day, I have done it for the last, how many years now? 31 years. Last 31 years. No medicine, no antibiotics. I have always cured my colds and viral and everything with one sound, the sound of hum, repeated. It's a lifetime experience. I guarantee you, you will not need any medicine to cure your cold or a viral. Just try it. Maybe that's why I forgot the Vishuddhi Chakra. So because I had to say it in the end. Okay? So try it. See how you feel. Okay? You'll feel it. When you chant hum, you'll feel your throat vibrating. Actually, when you chant yum, you will feel your heart vibrating. As you become more and more sensitive, you will actually feel each of these sounds in different parts of your body. Because that is where that sphota, that percussion, l, w, r, y, h, actually these are different expressions of your vocal anatomy. There is a different percussion that's happening here. G is happening here. H is happening somewhere else. So these different percussions where different parts of your vocal anatomy, p with your lips, and so on. So different parts of your vocal anatomy are striking with each other to resonate in a different part of your body. Okay? So just remember that and you will be fine. This is an adventure. Go on this adventure and you'll never stop. You'll find your way. You'll find your solutions. All the solutions of your life lie within you. Okay? Tell me. So, any questions? So, I don't understand this question. Can you please give the Vishuddhi Chakra written here? I think I've already mentioned it. Vishuddhi Chakra in the throat. Sound is h with a bindu. Hung. Not ma. Don't close your mouth. Okay? So, a short journey today into the chakras. Please remember that if you want to be notified about tomorrow's journey with me, please like the FOMO No More page and click on allowing it to send you notifications, and only then will you continuously be notified with the link for my future sessions. 5 more sessions to go, and each session would be a different journey. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow.